Hey folks, Maxwell here. I am coming to you from the future! Or something like that. In reality, I already have the episode you're about to watch recorded from a few days ago. I have a few more already recorded. Uh, Thing is, there's a graphical glitch in some of those, and you're going to see the textures pop really badly. I have tracked it down and I've figured out what caused it, and I think I've stopped it, but that doesn't change the things I've already recorded. I wanted to acknowledge that out loud and to let you know, hey, I know it's there, but at the same time, I can't really do anything about it because I am. I care a lot about authenticity. I care a lot about presenting things as they really happen, and I saw so many things for the first time in those short episodes because of playing such a vastly different character, a physical driven character rather than a mental or a psyche driven character, that I saw for the first time, and I gave you my genuine reaction. Me almost hyena howling at knocking over the poor Lena. That was real, and I wouldn't feel good about, say, re-recording moments like that just so that the game looks a little prettier. I would much rather you see and experience things as I do and get the real show, as it were, than have the game entirely be smooth and shiny and polished. Not everything is going to be. Thank you for understanding and bearing with me on that. The second thing I wanted to address is that I mentioned that I'm trying to make a differentiation between my first and a half, because I never finished the other run because it was starting to feel too much like the first. I mentioned that I was trying to differentiate from that run to this one, but I didn't really give motivation or justification for what our cop is doing, for what our cop is going through. And so what I know so far about our cop is that he woke up in the most awful position he could think of, and very quickly looked at the table he was standing on, his tie as a noose, the fact that everything crashed around him and that he kicked his shoe out the window, and figured out that he almost left this world that night. And so he's scared. But he's equally as scared as he is confused. He has these memories that don't quite belong, that occasionally pop into place. He has thoughts, feelings, whatever you want to say. Hey, violins, cool it. Please cool it a little. And thank you. So he knows that not remembering anything is not okay. And he doesn't know who he can trust entirely with that information, but he also feels the need to connect with somebody about it. That's why he was careful with Klasia, because Klasia represented an immediate unknown of not wanting to tell her that he doesn't know who or who he is, that he doesn't know why he's there yet. Kim, it makes sense to trust. We are confiding in Kim until the end, because I am having a lot of trouble at the idea of playing a run that doesn't trust Kim. Which is a shame, because I really wanted to see one alternate path near the end, but I also really don't want to get there. Some of you already know what I'm talking about. Don't ruin it. I just waved a finger at the screen as if I've got a camera on. But yes, so we trust, we confide in Kim. Lena, we took as harmless. We're just can halfway admit to her, and even openly admit, hey, I'm kind of lost. Help me, because who's she going to tell? Who's going to believe her? But these are all kind of snap judgments that come from the instincts left over of a lifetime of being a policeman. And we are going to experience some things about that. Harry is We do. Okay, we know he's called himself Harry, but we haven't entirely embraced the name yet. I'm from the future, and we are at some point going to have to accept that, yeah, we're Harry. Also, because I didn't keep going down the "I am Detective Cousteau" line of thought, and I failed the conceptualization check to get the other name. But as a result, we have someone who is trying to make sense of a bunch of conflicting instincts left over from a lifetime of snap judgments and whatnot on the police force. We're going to be doing some strange stuff, and I kind of wanted to prep you for that and to give you a justification for who we are playing as and at least part of the why. Now that I've said that, I'm going to return you to the me in the present. He sounds a little different because I moved the microphone and did a couple other things. Sorry about it. All right, welcome back from the stage of history. All right, welcome back, folks. I thought I was going to be able to do some stuff up here, but without a check that we are not going to pass, I don't think we can. Oh, it's this guy. Magnesium. Useful. What's back here? Jump Jams, a popular music mag. And this one? A glossy magazine, Most Able-Bodied Men. This issue boasts a top 10 list. Oh no, they're much hunkier than you. You shouldn't feel threatened by handsome men. Don't be silly. Freet! Seek.
Welcome to Revachol,
announces the Rotund Man. The remark isn't addressed to you. It's addressed to the lieutenant. Hey, why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago.
Hoo-hoo. The lieutenant fires back.
Every school of thought and government has failed in this city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Yeah, you tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
So we are in a limbo.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
Yeah, it's innocuous enough that you think you can backpedal.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
And I am absolutely here to back up Kim against a racist asshat. Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine. Fucking A, Kim. I've got your back.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The Lorian spits. The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness. Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarettes smoldering between his fingers. He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites. What was that? We're gonna wait for a second. What are you hauling? Not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit on your ass and wait situation. How long has this been going on then? This strike? They've been at it for a while. A month? 2 months maybe? He gestures towards the lorries. But this here is just the last week or so. What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up? Apples. Apples? Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions? He's giving you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested. Dang it, rhetoric. What was that argument? No, got a smoke? No. He's got a smoke right there in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need it after listening to his garbage. Then I'm gonna need the one you're smoking. Got to have it. Hand it over. I'm confiscating it as evidence. Evidence of what? I haven't done anything. He puts out his cigarette and flicks the tiny stub towards the street. Fuck, I oughta... Oughta what, officer? The man looks at you coolly. Noxious effluence wafting in the air around him. Shit. Sorry I couldn't be of any help. He gives you an ambivalently mocking half nod. I had to try. What was that argument all about? It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. He spits on the ground. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. Change the topic? The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat. So while I enjoy making people have to explain racist jokes uncomfortably, this is not exactly the same silence. Oh, so you're just a racist? Makes sense. I'm not just a racist. Look, I've read books. He gestures with his cigarette that he already put out for emphasis. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. He glances at the lieutenant. So naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits of that. I can really tell you're a prime example of a superior design. Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources. Okay, and? This concerns you, policemen, so you better be vigilant. The damn keeps are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes, and the other intruder species too. He throws a sharp glance at Lieutenant Kitsuragi. They're on the precipice of culture victory. Say nothing. It's true, he pushes on. Also, you need to realize the danger of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Don't push your luck, Runt. The man gets you a disgusted look, then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. No, not on my watch.
Looking for something, Runt? Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
Fuck off again. Kim, you're my boy. Enough said about that. That's not good timing. All right, welcome to Freep. This is a drugstore. Yellow roses, dozens of them. Tulips too. What have we got here? The Tear? Sure. Machine stands in the corner. A sign says 1 bottle, 10 cents. What is this machine? She looks up out of her magazine. Oh, that's the tear machine. Yes, but what is it? It's a machine for tear? She knits her brow, confused. You know, like you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and you put it in the machine. Then it gives you money. I see, and how do I pick up tear for the Tare machine? I'm probably just going to use that interchangeably for my own amusement, just letting you know ahead of time. You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so... She shrugs awkwardly. I don't know what her voice sounds like. I don't remember. Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there somewhere. Let's get a beat on that voice so that I'm not just making it up.
Welcome to Fripp. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
There we go. She returns to her magazine. What is that magazine she's reading? What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover, boasting a colorful photo of two girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
I love that they actually animated her holding it up. Looks like it also has something called Police de l'amour, featured on page 34. This speaks to you, the fashion police. Okay. Forget about all that. What is this fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
She stopped to think. So, who is the most stylish there? Can't be anyone from here.
Anita, she's a model. Usually it's a model. Or a singer-songwriter. Or a model.
Or a policeman. Or a model.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
The lieutenant looks at you. Hey, look, I might want to do both. Before we go on, what is this frit?
I don't know. Frit?
Frit? Okay. And what is frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
She chews on her gum with disgust. Let's proceed. I have some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
She puts down the magazine. She puts down the Okay. Can you tell me anything about the dead body? I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... I don't think this person has any useful information for us. I don't particularly want to waste the time. Thank you for your help. Uh-huh. She brushes a strand of hair off her face and tries to return to her magazine. I'm not going to get any useful answers out of that, I don't believe. You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf below a display of croissant and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Frit slogan on the back. Packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making it easier to take them unnoticed. No worries about knocking over a display. I have -2 savoir-faire right now. I'm sure I could get around that, but... so 17. 17 is 4? Yeah, it's not worth it. And if I point at it, I'm sure I'm going to lower that number because I'm going to draw attention. What's that? What is what? Girl leans over the counter to see what you're referring to. It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real. She taps on the glass counter. The raincoats patiently await purchase. Ask what it is. Yep. Her attention is drawn to the raincoat. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult. Radio? A melancholy pop song plays on the radio. You degenerate... No, sorry. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals logo. Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosifed, Dromine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma. Okay, I'm not going to ask what those do. Who is Saint Baptiste? Saint Baptiste? You know, the pharmaceuticals company? She nods slowly at the cabinet. Saint Baptiste? Pharmaceuticals? The one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste? That one? There? Yeah, okay. Not getting anything else useful out of that. Oh, that's a lot of bottles. What about you? Smokes! A shimmering wall of vices. A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop walls, inviting you closer. The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes, too, glitter in their wrapping. It's looking into a kind of heaven. Your knees are weak. There, in all that dark green glass. A world of ruby, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth. Wine alcohol. Beer alcohol. Love alcohol. Say nothing, just take it all in. The clerk sees you eyeing the goods behind her. I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health, but I guess you already know that. Know this, you will never finish your alcohol quest. if you don't buy beautiful alcohol. That's mildly uncomfortable. So, all relatively the same in their own categories. Do you sell any under-the-counter vices? No, we're not doing it. She has no reason to know that we are kind of looking for speed. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Alright. Revachol is pronounced Revachol. Oranje is pronounced Oranje. Glacier is pronounced Glacier. Hey, what's that? There we go, jog. Grand Factory of Magnets and Miracles U49. A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy, Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. Look in the window. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin, personal belongings, stickers, insignia. What kind? The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. That's got to be the race. A large metal pendant hangs from the rearview mirror. The pendant features a sun crowned with wavy waves. I know about that from prior knowledge, but we don't know what that is in the game yet. What about the back seat? The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep. Large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. Racist nationalist paraphernalia. See? Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy. Lieutenant nods towards the racist lorry driver, teeth grit. You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy? Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine. He was acting tough before. This probably scared him a bit. Who knows when it'll come in handy, a slightly scared racist lorryman. Alright, I do need... some more...
Looking for something, Runt? Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
Fuck off. What does that say on this side? Closed for winter. Please use main entrance. Hey, what's that? Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Alright, it's 11 a.m. Oh, this would be a good stop. Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. Open the door. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils wash over you. I mean, I think it's obvious what it is, but we're still gonna ask.
Yes?
Tell me about the case. What do you want to know? Literally anything about it? I can't remember a single thing, Kim. Maybe you can tell me what you do know, to help me narrow it down a bit? The guy behind the counter thinks some union people hanged a man. Then you're not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? Yes, that sounds good. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinet. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body, behind the whirling in rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach his death as part of the dispute. Does the briefing say who the victim was? A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, though. We need to find out the truth. Why didn't we know anything about the caller? They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could not identify neither the caller's age nor sex. Why hide themselves? There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dockworkers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now, it appears, they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. I know what the RCM is. Well, I don't necessarily know what it stands for. Hold on, and the RCM is? That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city. Of course. Yes, I understand everything. Secret task, alright. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It is our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. Would you say this is a mysterious case? Lieutenant considers your question a moment before answering. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. Why not? Lieutenant shrugs. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. White male in his 40s, what more do you need? I'm relieved that you agree, he says, then pauses. Anyhow, let's get back to the case. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Yes! If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. What do you mean? You don't know? His eyes narrow. I assumed you were in on it. You know what I'm in on, retrograde amnesia. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. Cop-off? It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. You should tell me now. This seems relevant. Later. His voice is unflinching. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? I've got all I need for now. Good. I think you should know that I can't remember anything. He just arches his brow. I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved. Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs. But I'm completely lacking. No, so what should I concentrate on? He's going to say the case. But I'm completely lacking in basic information about even this organization we're in. Can you help me? Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 2100. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. I'm afraid this is a medical situation. Really? The lieutenant gives you a look, thorough, as if performing triage. You look fine to me. I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in the mirror and had no idea who I was. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. It's not okay, maybe it is psychological, but some sort of major brain damage has occurred on an unprecedented scale. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazarus. Was there anything else you wanted? Not right now. Waiting till you and I have a better rapport. Alright, now I have permission to fiddle with stuff. Pick up the radio. The frequency tableau lights up and a green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye, and then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static. Shh. This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you? Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague here from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on. Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done this 1,000 times. Hi, Alice. This is the officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you. Yeah, clearly I can speak. This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I help you? A voice replies in the radio. Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the default radio station is for the lieutenant. I was told I need to connect to my station, the 41st Lazarus. It'll take just a moment, officer. Her voice fades out into the familiar radio static. And seagulls in the distance. Gottlieb, what do you want? He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy. I was told to call the Lazarus. People are worried about me. Oh. The man is unpleasantly surprised. It's you. You know who I am? Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me. Sure, but can you tell me about myself, as in who I am? Who you are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I got more important things to do. I couldn't reach up and grab a tie from a spinning fan without unbearable pain shooting through my arm. Hard to tell exactly what it was over the phone. Could be a combination of peripheral neuralgia and high blood pressure. Could be that you were having a heart attack. Or, actually, he seems to be positively surprised at the idea. It could be both, given your profile. Both? But that sounds bad. Yup. No wonder I'm in so much pain. I feel like I've been damaged. Yes, probably in more ways than one. He sounds very careless about it all, positively breezy. So what do? Cut down on the drinking, pal. In fact, cut off the drinking. The drugs, too? Anything else? Oh, but sweet speed. It goes so well with alcohol, too. I think I've developed extreme photosensitivity. That's because you're hungover. Even the radio waves coming from your direction smell like liquor. He pauses. Do you feel like your eyes are twitching, too? I don't like this accent that I've thrown myself into. Do you feel like your eyes are twitching, too? Yes. That's the tiny vessels pulsating from high blood pressure, stupid officer. You might be sustaining permanent damage to your vision as we speak. Not much I can do about it. I'm not an eye doctor. But what kind of doctor are you, then? The busy kind. It's not life-threatening, just annoying for you. I've got more important things to do here. It certainly does not help with aiming. I think I've had a heart attack. And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile? Sort of. But by God, does it burn in your chest? Yeah. Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also, death is a natural part of life. I've lost my memory. No. No, I haven't done that before. So, all of it. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised. You're not surprised. Okay, anything else? What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. You use it wisely. It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care. Isn't there anything you can do for me? What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You really want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? Yeah, I want the truth. You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime. So it's political. You're being neglected because of political reasons. The money is probably going to some old oil. And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like Mac Torson. It's not fucking it's super glue, Doc. Sorry. It's not fucking it's super glue, Doc. There we go. I like that for Mac. Well, guess that's it for now. Mm-hmm. Phone clicks. Suddenly you hear the already familiar voice. Anything else I can help you with, officer? I'm done with the radio for now. End call. 57th, over and out. Shh. Her voice disappears into the void. Tap on the fuel preheater gauge. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat. There's no use pressing the heat button, he says and jingles his keys. It won't start without the ignition key. Translation: we're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation: don't even think you can drive my motor carriage. Run your fingers over one of the steering levers. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle feels so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengage. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine's mechanical circulation. Do I know how to operate this machine? You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. Wait, does it mean I know how to pilot it? After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Do what you will with it. Release the clutch and squeeze it again. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back. How are you, my friend? The smell of freshly treated leather, the lack of dirt and dust on the dashboard, and a neat little brush in the cup holder all seem to be whispering. I'm good. Cherished and cared for. In the hands of a tending owner. Where have you been? At the bottom of the sea. What? So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. Why did it say that? That hurt. Release the clutch handle. The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. Pull out the pull-out toolbox. The metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized. Of course they are. Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools like some men are. He's clearly a little protective of his tools, but what can you do? Work is work. I would like the pry bar. Pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Heavier than you think. Cold and heavy like truth. You feel like you're reunited with truth once more. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. I definitely want the chain cutters for reasons. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts. Take the hand crank flashlight. It's robust, weatherproof, well made, police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. Push in the box. That might be it for now. Nope. Sorry. Close the door. Is there anything else I know about it yet? No. There is something over here. Some great tectonic force has cracked the pavement like an eggshell. Damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting. We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go. You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone. And what have we here? This Post L'Aventure mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102 with a slogan, Mankind be vigilant. Fuck you, box. There's a hollow, saddened ring as you kick the mail collection box. It sounds betrayed, in disbelief even. Your toe has suffered damage. It hurts. Cool. You really showed that mail collection box. You really think so? I don't. Let's go. Oh, good box. I'm sorry. The mail collection box has no faith in your psychopathic manipulation. I did not go around and kick anything the last playthrough, and that's entirely too entertaining. Oh, goodness. Aha! And what have we here? An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Oh. I'm not ready for that much more dialogue. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. Slush and rain has almost washed them off. A whole lot of odd tire stuff around here. What's that? Oh my gosh. Plastic wrapped macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. We are not going through all that right now. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. These textures are funny on the game end, not just the recording. I will see if I can fix that in between videos, because that's kind of concerning. Hot air rises up from this sewer. Sour? Acidic? Strangely comforting. I don't think I can learn anything else here right now. I don't want to get in that discussion. Fingerless gloves for electrochemistry. We'll take that. Oh. The red tip pry bar has Carson T, heavy duty, engraved just below the handle. It is satisfyingly heavy, and perhaps one of the most useful tools to carry around. The meanest looking pair of cutters you have ever seen, made in Gottwald by Elysium. Werkzeug. There we go. No chain, wire, nor barbed fence will ever stand in your way again. They look hungry, ready to chew steel. A police flashlight bearing the logo of Grundstellung Areo. The small dynamo packed inside this handheld illumination device theoretically gives you the ability to produce a tiny amount of electricity anytime, anywhere. Gasoline-stained, fingerless gloves in navy blue. They've been worn threadbare, but being made of wool still provides some warmth and comfort. Cigarette-stained fingertips, so mine, obviously not the gloves. I don't necessarily think we need to go down there yet. Although that's possibly worth investigating. Nosafed. Excellent. Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. Water lock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15. Okay, game, really, I am in an impressionist portrait right now, and I don't like it. What? Good morning to you, officers. A burly man hangs out by the water lock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the water lock, and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. His posture is relaxed, despite his powerful build and the knife in his hand. This man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all. First things first, what are you doing here, man, on the water lock? Oh, my friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the water lock. I'm keeping him company, and eating his salami. From the corner of your eye, you see a man in yellow shirt and gray overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the water lock and the salami. The man on the waterlock takes the skin off of the bite of salami and takes a sizable bite. Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer? Do you know what caused this wreckage? Point at the billboard. I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? And again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. Rest of the coast is closed off until then. You know what's further down the coast? Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else, just bombed out ruins. Can I have some of that salami? Sure thing. He cuts off a slice of salami. It is salty. It is savory. It is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty. Want some too, officer? He turns to the lieutenant. The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. Why not? He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. All right. Bye. Thanks. A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever, and beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed Samaritan butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. I have tempted enough fate so far. I do not need to do more. Also, salami. Game. All right, I'm gonna take a break and try to get that cup of coffee. Try to figure out what is up with the rendering in the meantime. Yeah, look at. Oh, sure, now you fix yourself. All right, I'm gonna have a look at that, and I will get back to you folks in just a little bit. Later.